My all-time favourite sound is probably a robin singing or birdsong, I think, because we don't get a lot of it in London. And sometimes when I was younger and I'd not be able to sleep, we lived near a woodland, I was very lucky, and I would open the window and if you couldn't sleep, and then I heard the birds and I felt so much less alone. It was so I'd probably say that. Or I love, there's a very specific sound of water over stones that I like. It's a stream, it's not a tiny trickle, it's not a rush, it's the babbling one. I love that.
Vado io.
Busking has been so important in my career, and to be honest, without it, I don't think I would have been a full-time musician, because it allowed me to earn straight away on the streets with nobody to hire me, nobody to tell me yes. And I learned so much from it because it teaches you to have a thick skin, it shows you what songs are working well with people, and it also just teaches you a lot about life and managing your own business. That's another one. Used to get me loads of shows and work on the side as well. People would discover me, YouTube videos and online. I got so many opportunities from busking. It really was integral.
Okay, what about these?
I'm Rachel Croft and I'm a full-time musician and songwriter of alt rock music, and I've been doing that for 10 years now.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hear this. That would be great, thank you. I started as a folk musician mostly, and that's because my family liked folk music. I used to go to festivals and things like that, so it was the sort of music that I knew. But then as I was working towards writing new music, people would tell me, oh, that's quite rock, when I played live, and I wasn't able to get such... I quite like to write angry songs, and you can't easily write like a slamming folk song rather about anger, whereas rock was allowing me to do that. And it is quite funny because even today, if I play with an acoustic guitar or if I play with an electric guitar in a band, you will have a folk act or you will have an alt rock act. Yeah, so my music being angry, the reason why it is because it's one of the most fun things to write about. You know, sometimes the only thing that you can do in retaliation to somebody treating you badly is write a song. And also the beauty of music is that you can talk about things that are probably socially unacceptable to talk about, but you can sing about them and people clap you for it. It's nuts. So, but really a lot of anger comes out just because I find it more cathartic than writing love songs or anything too melancholy. And I find it's my way of showing passion and you know, fierceness. But yeah, generally it's about people who've wronged me and I get quite annoyed. Very rarely it's about people I was actually in relationships with, which I find is quite funny because a lot of people assume every song is about an ex, and it's not. At the moment I'm working on sort of the surround sound feeling of a song. So instead of it feeling like here's the band, I'm doing a lot more panning, so it feels like the songs are coming round and it's adding more to this sort of emotion that I feel music can give. I want it to absorb people in this like bubble. I mean, yeah, embracing and having music kind of encapsulate how you're feeling and transferring those emotions, just so important to me. That's why I love to write original songs. You know, I started as a singer of other people's songs, and there is a lot of beauty in that, and people write some of the best songs in the world, obviously. But it just hits different when it's yours. And when you're sat in the studio with somebody and you are collaborating on something and really working and reworking and spending hours and weeks on the same song, you know, because you love it and because you know, this is a labor of love, I think it's just so special. I love to use range in my voice and play with the tones that I can create. I'm aware that I can do things with my voice that are maybe a little bit more unusual, but playing with that makes things entertaining for me, because I also used to sing a lot of jazz music. So learning to sort of play with a voice and not stick to the exact beat or on time, and pull and push and change things and change tone. A mixture of like the jazz influence from my past, and also when I did musical theatre, act when you sing, believe what you're singing. I just think, yeah, it's so important to get all of those sort of different things together, you know. You know, everything is a step. When you're a musician and you've been in it for so long, you don't see the miles when you count the steps. So you're there, you're thinking about what's happening here, you forget about that absolute marathon that you've already done. And this is why when I wrote Failure, it's because I never see where I am, and I struggle to go, I'm proud of this, because I'm always working towards what's next.